July 27th of 2010. 13 years ago today, StarCraft 2 Wings of Liberty was released. I went up to GameStop, physically, the brick and mortar version, picked up this box, which had a CD-ROM inside. Does not anymore. I have no idea where it is, but that's not the point. Inside this box, well, I didn't know at the time that it would essentially consume my life. Now, 13 years later, it still does, though I did arguably in a more productive way. But I was going to do a whole retrospective, reminiscing about... Okay, that's overselling. I was thinking about doing that, and I thought it would be more on brand to just jam it at the start and roughly segue our way into this series. So that's what I'm going to do. So after 5 or so years, the best expansion and the current expansion to StarCraft 2, Legacy of the Void, was released. And the first major finals, the World Finals, 2016, this player, arguably the most exciting player in the history of StarCraft 2, was in the finals against Dark, in what remains to this day my favorite World Championship, the one that really sticks out in my mind. Being there in person at BlizzCon, when that was a thing people wanted to do, was probably the most meaningful and memorable experience for me in StarCraft 2. ByuN versus Dark in 2016. Now, we don't have a rematch exactly today, but I introduce Micro Jackson, ByuN, up against a player who, when StarCraft 2 was released, is approximately 5 years old. He's a little bit older now, 13 years, still almost a dozen years behind his opponent ByuN. But both of them, for all their difference, share a lot of similarities. I'll give you the Twilight Toss. It's MaxPax. In a best-of-3, where the very first barracks out on the map is not in ByuN's base. So, while they are very different in, well, their ages, I guess, they share a ton of similarities when it comes to playstyle. A generational game and series here, but both these players still at the very top. And for the 13th birthday of StarCraft 2, can we get 1,300 likes? Yes, we're upping it. We'll go back tomorrow. All right. And if we don't get it, well, I'll still cast tomorrow, because like I said, it consumed my life and continues to, but hopefully in a productive way that makes your day a little bit better. Thank you for watching, and now, with less than 3 minutes on the clock, it begins. The Marauders out in front. Concussive shells done. MaxPax actually opted for a Zealot early on, which I think was going to be used to potentially delay an expansion. But the Zealot going to do a huge amount in helping to slow this down. Enough until that shield battery completes. And the shield battery was required. As ByuN, with the Concussive Shell Marauders, easily can kill a shield battery. He's just building stim out on the field. Of course he is. Wow. Okay. All right. So the little bit of early aggression MaxPax was trending towards counterbalances ByuN's early barracks play. But it doesn't shut it down. It just slows it down. As ByuN is still building stim out on the field, he has 4 Marauders and 6 Marines up against just 3 Stalkers right now. This has not ended. The next phase has just begun. As MaxPax, he keeps sending probes out. Whoa! Concussive shell, slow it down. Actually makes it back. He's continually looking. He cannot get caught. It is an absolute requirement that the Stalkers stay near the shield battery, at least until... Ooh, he wants to fight. Now, he might not know exactly how committed ByuN is. He hasn't found the barracks yet. He knows it's out there. He just doesn't know exactly where. He has no idea he's building stim, though at some point it's kind of implied. So MaxPax on the back foot here is ByuN with his trademark aggression. Makes his way. Gonna try yet again. Stim, not too many seconds out. High ground vision. Gotta be very careful. 13 seconds on Stim. Blink, a few seconds after that. Now, usually I wouldn't say that that sort of window matters, and here it won't. But the difference, well, Blink Stalkers are good, but Marauders with Concussive Shell and Stim to hunt them down, and a lot of the time is better. Oh my god, he's waiting on the high ground. He's gonna find the Rex. Oh, it's a bait. It's a trap! Oh no. The Marauders. There's no... Wait, he can blink back over the top. The rocks here. He's going for the tech lab. He actually gets quick recall. Very quick thinking from MaxPax. Only loses 2 Stalkers, which is probably the best case scenario there. ByuN trying not to get caught out. Is there even a factory? No, he just built 2 more. He just keeps building barracks. Looks like he's thinking about a factory here. Finally, at 6 minutes in, which is after when you usually have medevacs. Unless you're ByuN, I guess. Very tense. The 2-base aggression will continue. The stims, the damage just from the stims themselves. Shield battery overcharge. And MaxPax has handled this so well. The Immortal Guardian Shield doing a huge amount to mitigate the damage. He has to stim away. And, oh, a Dark Shrine on the way. The Marauders might be able to get the damage done, but there's not enough HP between them. The drug addiction is too strong. And ByuN is on the run. The Blink Stalkers ready to chase. But you gotta be careful with the high ground. There's still... He's probably not gonna stim again, but the damage output of the Marauders is just... it's more than enough right now in order to threaten MaxPax. Barracks gonna be scouting in. Oh, a Stalker. I think he tried to poke up and blink away in time, but there were so many Marauders, it just essentially got one shot. Okay, War Prism done. Next phase begins. It's MaxPax's turn to get aggressive. Not sure. Oh, he wants to build an... Oh, force field on the ramp! Straight out of Wings of Liberty! MaxPax, yes, he might have been in single digits of age, but that doesn't mean something. He had single digits of IQ. I don't know where I'm going with that. But a classic strat. I can't believe he's doing the force field on the ramp. How appropriate. And a DT warping. There's nothing to break the force field. There's no medevacs. He's dropping DT. Oh my god, he's dropping the DT to go for the mineral line. What a masterful play from MaxPax here. The DTs are a bit optimistic. He actually ran out of sentries here. This is not doing near... I really thought that ByuN would just... It was almost like a tapping out situation. Like, just... No. Well, he gets the turret. The DTs are not doing a huge amount. Yeah, he gets another one. So... Feels like the supply should be nearly so close after that. But how much did he actually kill? MaxPax has lost a ton of gas. Assuming a ton is 1,125, which is, you know, probably an Imperial conversion, but... Yeah, that... It looked great. You know, there's a non-zero chance that MaxPax did that just to prove he could, but... At the end of the day, it does not end up making a whole meaningful difference. And, in fact, he spent so much gas on it, it slowed down the rest of his tack. So there's a... ByuN is still in it. Despite the drama, he has more than enough to still threaten MaxPax at this stage. Even though MaxPax does have the economy, he's working on the tech that's going to be now medevacs coming out wondering what the hell happened here. These units may never actually end up back at full HP. Well, one way or another. War Prism loads up. Not sure what's inside. Small clutch of bile trying to target down some of the Stalkers. Will do so. +1 done. MaxPax back in towards the main. What's in... Charge slots? No charge yet. 5 seconds out. The Stalker's getting chased down. Trying to cut a few of the bile units here. They can't get healed. There's just not enough energy. Medevac's so late to the party. And essentially constant work to do. ByuN acting like that co-op mission with the Marauders. Oh no, the prism! He finds the prism! He's not gonna stim again. Yeah. There's still a stalker over here for reasons. Extended thermal lance about to complete, as well as the infantry armor. I believe this is still the ninja buffed, aka bugged thermal lance that gives 1 extra range. Not that that helps particularly much against a mass marauder, but it certainly doesn't hurt. My official stance on this, by the way, is it should not be a hidden bug, but it's worth testing as an actual balance change. But obviously, not something that shouldn't be known. Well, extended thermal lance or not, those force fields looking good so far, but there's still enough bio trickling through. And a warp prism in the main will undercut some of ByuN's momentum. The stop position SCV is actually zoning out some of the zealots. Sorry. ByuN again, kind of pinned back. He doesn't have the economy. He doesn't have the army supply. He's building all the right units. MaxPax has found himself in this situation a lot of times before, and he's one of the best players at handling it. But ByuN is not an easy Terran to pin down. You might have 30, 40 more army supply in a fight, but ByuN just he threads the needle. Okay, and then with whatever leftover thread, he wraps it around your neck and chokes you out. As I've never seen anyone quite as dangerous with Marines, Marauders, and Medevacs in 13 years of StarCraft 2. Yeah, we brought it back. 2 robos done. More stalkers being warped in. Disruptor. Brock's taken down. ByuN's army supply is dead even with MaxPax. It's actually 1-1 versus just +1 attack. ByuN picks up and heads for the main. Trying to split, divide, and conquer. Right now, MaxPax doesn't have so many gateway units. He's up to 190 supply. There's just not enough in the main to deal with this. He has to recall back. Some zealots on the opposite side, trying to cut off the momentum yet again. The bio army jammed into a corner here, but that means the rest of the units have to make their way around. The Marauders are actually standing tall in this fight. Stunner stepping forward. I don't think he can get to the Colossus, but he can... Oh, wait! Oh, the Colossus! He gets so many of the Stalkers that he's able to pick up and get out. But ByuN missed a few of the Zealots. They're slicing up the SCVs, and the economy is still hurting. Those 3 medevacs still got a ton of damage done. Problem is, MaxPax has already accounted for that. He's already got the robos. He's got 5 bases. He's got 80 probes. He just has to live, essentially, through 1 more attack. Get these upgrades done, and hold it down. As ByuN now, well, the army supplies are still kind of ridiculously close to even. ByuN is about the same. Scans looking for, well, any information. He loads up 5 medevacs. The Spylon there, though. Zealots again. Trickling through the depots. The wall off is good. ByuN is trying to maintain enough of a presence on the map to whittle down MaxPax and force him out of position. He has the Vikings. It all comes down to whether ByuN can jump the Colossi and dodge the Disruptors in time. Widowmine finds an opportunity. Raptors are spotted, but I don't think he can get to him. He actually just goes straight for the army. The Colossi are exposed. The EMPs are good, but the Colossi, well, exposed is maybe a strong word for 4 laser giraffes. He didn't have the Vikings. ByuN slightly overestimating his Marauders this time. There is a slight upgrade advantage for MaxPax as well. Disruptor shot. That one. He gets the Ghost. That's a big one. That was the only Ghost in the army. The Vikings finding a great angle. But the charge lots have whittled down most of the bio. And GG, MaxPax holds on. Though it looked surprisingly difficult for much of the time. Oh, MaxPax ahead 1-0. Well, that's certainly set the tone, I think. ByuN with the proxy vex. I can't believe how dangerous he looks. Even after the proxy does almost nothing, it still very much could have been something if MaxPax wasn't... Well, I think he's played ByuN enough now that he's like, well, he kept sending a probe out, kept looking essentially before he left. He looked in the main, he leapt into the main, he force fielded the ramp. So there was a lot of preparation. It looked like a great idea. Honestly, I am not sure how ByuN came out of that so well. I guess a lot of damage split between not really killing anything in particular. Maybe get a like a barracks, a few bio units. I did love seeing... I haven't seen a force field on the ramp in so long. I'm sure ByuN getting some flashbacks. That was in Wings of Liberty. In Wings of Liberty. That was a legitimate, like, top-tier strat. Like, mind-blowing, crowd goes absolutely bonkers. Force field on the ramp. Okay. Well, it was a little more impactful because it wasn't guaranteed you would have an expansion too early, as any race. Maybe Zerg, but even then. There's no easy way, which also means you're not going to have necessarily the tech to avoid the force field. There weren't Ravagers to break it with Corrosive Bile. So, if you remember, and I think statistically a lot of you might, Parting's Soul Train build, the Immortal Sentry build, which he called the Soul Train, and when asked why it's called that, he said it was because he pours so much soul into his builds. I thought it was a pun on Seoul, Korea, but that's not the direction we went with it. So... the build that felt almost impossible for Zergs to beat, but only when Parting did it, because he somehow did it 20 seconds faster than everyone else. And he would do it every time, and it would still work. And that was a very frustrating build to deal with, back when Zergs didn't have any way to break Force Field. And now you might argue, it's too easy to break Force Field, but I digress. Anyway, that's what I'm reminded of. Usually not nearly as common in Protoss versus Terran, but MaxPax seizing the opportunity. And I mean, ByuN's medevacs were nowhere to be seen. They didn't show up for several minutes after that, so... I think it was he went for the DTs. Does he see it? Oh my god. Too late! Surprise. Where was it? I'm sorry. That was a bit dramatic. Jimmy for old. Better. Robotics. Robo first? I mean, let's talk about the proxy game. I'm sorry. I'm halfway in 2012 right now, and halfway in this series. And 100% reason to remember the name. Well, the Stalkers show up. The best defense against early aggression is a good offense. At least MaxPax seems to think so far. But the Widow Mine drop does make it out. The mines will burrow, will defuse it, offering up 2 probe sacrifices. So ByuN slaps down a bunker and has a Raven done. So I think that should be the end of any aggression for a little while yet. Another Prism on the way. Like I think he's thinking about another sentry drop. There is not Blink. That's a lot of Stalkers, but no Blink. The seed said, what are you doing, MaxPax? Mad Max over here. He just walks up and kills the... He's like, no, I got it. And honestly, how many Stalkers? He's lost 4 Stalkers. And not all in that fight, just in general. So, I think it was worth it. Especially if he wants to do continued aggression. There's the Prism. He had an interference matrix. He could use it, but the turret is going to be important to zone out for the siege tank. But MaxPax with his Ghetto Blink Prism here. Wow, the confidence. I was just talking about parting. That's what it reminded me of. Just walking up and killing the tank. I can't believe he just walked. Wow. Well, more units trickling across the map. From that proxy gate, really. And the stalkers in the main. He's just gonna kill the bunker? What is this? MaxPax studied up his Wings of Liberty build. It's just like a 4-gate. 3-gate robo. Wait, the stalkers are inside the house. Killing the houses, the supply depots. Actually, probably not the ideal targets. They work on the SCVs. And in the main, siege tank blasts away another stalk. Ooh, he's losing. Maybe. Siege tank starting to really take root here. As MaxPax, well, he's still doing plenty of damage. ByuN is now supply blocked. There's 8. He's gonna walk. He's gonna try to get. Okay, here we go again. The repair, not good enough. The auto turret gets a stalker. Marines soften up some more. He's got the 1 stalker in the back. The 1 stalker drop, which is much better than a 0 stalker drop, infinitely so. Well, no, okay, don't you go for that 1 SCV, come on. Oh, God. It may cost him. Well, he's not gonna lose the Prism, he's gonna get another SCV. Prism recalls out. Wow. Exhausting, these two. This time, ByuN on the receiving end of a awkward amount of early aggression. As MaxPax just casually strolls up with a 3-gate stalker and a war prism. Now, ByuN is still in a... He has all his production. He's working on the triple threat. He had a starport in a semi-timely manner. So, I don't think it's as bad as last game. And it wasn't particularly horrible then. So, it comes down to how well MaxPax can defend the Counter-Strike. When the medevacs come out, and the triple threat, the stim, the combat shield, the +1, when that's finishing up, there's going to be maybe 2 Colossi. Oh, he gets the Raven! I mean, he did fly over the pylon. So, I don't know. Terrans don't get punished for that nearly enough. Also, pet peeve. Why do Terrans always send out the Raven? Okay? I get it. You want to do some probe damage. But 1 or 2 interference matrices with an early push can be game-winning. Occasionally, you'll get like 5 or 6 kills with auto turrets or something. But like, the Raven's really good. I do wonder. Well, he doesn't know for sure it's Colossi. But it's not a huge intellectual leap. It's not even like an intellectual hop. He already has a robo. So, Colossi are the next most intuitive path to take. Now, the tanks. Guardian Shield. Sentry targeted down. The Colossi. Extended Thermal Lance not extended enough. Loses 1. Oh, but the Zealots trickling in. The creep waves of Zealots that MaxPax loves to send out. And they leave. All right. He still has the proxy gate. This is all, like, so much has been going on. He hasn't actually dealt with the proxy gate yet. That should be happening soon. Siege tanks immediately targeting the Colossus as soon as it gets into range. Oh, and the Bio army is whittling down the Zealots. Oh, Marines eviscerated on the ramp. But those tanks were actually jammed up, walling off one another. We got a Ghost Academy. We got Vikings on the way. Widowmont, he's finally going to deal with this. This is a lot of supply to be committed on this side of the map, but I think ByuN is confident enough. He knocked out 1 Colossus. He's shaved away a couple dozen Zealots now. Okay, 1 dozen. 1 dozen. 19 Stalkers down. So, well, it's going to come down to the counterattacks, I think, yet again. ByuN has a better army this time. MaxPax is committing any amount of supply. The Zealots slice their way in. The War Prism already gone, so the Vikings can't hunt it down. It's 3 Colossi with +1 up against 1/1 Bio. A single siege tank, but 2 Vikings in the air. The probe's already evacuated. Oh, he found the prism! No! He got greedy, tried to warp it right on the outside. Oh, the Marauder's having some trouble, but pop into the bunker. Whittle Mines will burrow, taking out the Zealots. And the counterattack will be shut down. ByuN. More than enough army supply to be threatening here. Does he have an armory? No. He's waiting for ghosts and Vikings. That's it. There's nothing else on the docket here. Once he gets those 3 ghosts out, I think we're back out on the map and looking for, if not a kill, at least critical damage. As his unit composition doesn't get much better from there. Alright, ghosts finishing up. Vikings, they spot the Colossi. Out in the middle of the map. Scan. Also, the sensor tower certainly helps. Oh, Disruptor targeted down. He's going to eat a few Colossus swipes in order to make sure of it. A couple of Archons in the mix here. Vikings firing into the back line. Knocked down 1 Colossus. 2 to go. Nexus canceled. Vikings looking for the Colossus. Shield battery overcharge. Keeping it alive for now. But the probes. No! Oh, MaxPax now with a serious problem, as his economy isn't even as good as ByuN's SCV count, despite all the efforts of the Zealots so far. MaxPax keeps trying to expand, but he's not defensing it. Which, a classic mistake. Another canceled Nexus. Disruptor. Oh my god. Well, that was a bit confident on that split. He's like, I got it, no problem. And then he very much did not have it. So loses a few extra, but just barreling across the map. EMP is across the board. Softens up the Colossi. Vikings take out another. 1 left. Shield battery overcharge, very much on cooldown. Last Colossus. Viking shows up, takes it out. Disruptor, big hit. But is it large enough? Not enough to stop the momentum of Micro Jackson. ByuN holds on. He deals with that repeated aggression. MaxPax with the casual stroll up, and he thought he could get away with walking up to ByuN and slapping him across the face. It took a little bit, but ByuN returned the favor. And now it's 1-1. We'll see what we got on Royal Blood. An appropriately dramatic series. Oh, by the way, this isn't the whole story here. He's not gonna do it again, right? It's gonna... Really? All right, then. Well, MaxPax, the probe. Why would you scout here? This is... Nobody... It's intentional, very much. That is well off the beaten path for any automatic scout pattern. It is... In such a... Is he going to float that up, or is he just going to build... You know, the first barracks in Game 1 on Gresvin was also kind of just in the middle of nowhere. And I think very intentionally. But here we go. Marauder proxy. Yet again. Actually, that's for ghosts. It's been a while. It's not since Ghosts had Cloak built in. Yeah, that was a fun time. That we've seen too many proxy ghosts. Alright, we're gonna go to the MaxPax cam. He's looking, but I don't think he's gonna find it. And by the time he does, even if he does, it's already too late to have much of a direct response. He's already got the cyber courier. Really should be thinking about a shield battery in the low ground. Wait. There's no way to know for sure. What am I saying? Oh my god, he built the barracks at home. The rest of this looks normal. He's very suspicious, but he's not 100% sure this isn't a 1-Rex expand. He's just highly suspicious. And for good reason. Well, the Marauders are revealed. Shield battery on the way. Oh, the battery's still a while out. Using the shades here to try to deal some damage to the Marauders and hopefully get back. And manages to dodge most of the non-shield damage, but concussive is complete. Down goes a Marauder. He's just gonna target the shield battery right over the top of the Adept. And without the battery... Oh no. The probes are... Does he just win? Oh, there's a Void Ray on the way. Oh my. Wow. Minus the shield batteries and the Adept, so you know, most of this game. Most of this series could have been straight out of Wings of Liberty. Just in-your-face proxy aggression for the sake of it, it feels like. There's not going to be enough. 2 bruised Marines are not enough to deal with a Void Ray. He's got a reactor on the other side pumping the Marines across the map. But it's not going to cut it. He's getting an Oracle behind. Void Ray is spotted. He's trying to force the issue. Brings 2 Marauders back. Enough to cause real trouble for the probes. Void Ray able to take out one. He's just buying time here. Oh, he wants to kill a probe. Trying to get back to the shield battery does. I can't believe we're fighting with Void Rays over 1 pride. Well, no stim at the Proxy Tech Lab this time. Lights up the Void Ray. Prismatic alignment. Cancels it. Understanding that with nothing to actually kill, it's just a movement speed tax. Oracle across the map will spot the barracks. So no factory. No second gas here. Trying to burn through some of the Marines. Very smartly not taking... Is he just going to get one of everything? Alright. Void Ray, Oracle, Phoenix. MaxPax utilizing the full Stargate. Very conscientious of him. The barracks. ByuN wants to land that in a mineral line. I can feel it. Alright, if he saw the opportunity to land that in a mineral line, he would take it. Lights up the Void Ray. Cancels it. But the Oracle from the other side burns through an SCV. Oh my. So the barracks is just gonna watch. Pretty much the entire build here. The Phoenix could at least be chipping the paint on it a bit. MaxPax is busy microwing his 2 other Stargate units. His army is 2 Phoenixes, 2 Oracles, and a Void Ray right now. Only the good units. He technically has 2 gateways. He's getting a Robo Bay. It's gonna be Phoenix Colossus against just brute force ByuN. Oracle tries to slip in. How many? He's killed 7 SCVs. I can't believe ByuN went for the proxy Rex twice. And once again, it doesn't end the game, but instead drags us into a very interesting yet convoluted macro scenario. Robo Bay, done. Nexus on the way. Colossus in production. +1 and combat shield for ByuN. With 2 medevacs as well. He knows. He knew about the Robo Bay. He built it right under the barracks. MaxPax not trying to hide it. No point in doing so. The only thing that's important is maximizing the speed at which you get those Colossi. Yeah, the Phoenix is trying to cut off any potential medevacs. don't think he's particularly afraid of anything that doesn't have medevacs behind it. ByuN comes back with about half his army. A little bit... no, actually just sent out 8 or 10 Marines. Combat shield finishing up. Medevacs, well, continue production. So he's not even going to try to challenge. Then again, with this much bio on the field, you're not going to challenge the Phoenixes right now. You need the medevacs, otherwise you've got 40-50 supply of bio doing almost nothing. But ByuN, he's got his Marines, he's got his medevacs, he's got his Marauders. And now we're cooking. Goes forward, spots the stasis. There's more where that came from. I'm not sure if he spotted them beforehand or just suspected it. Rock's gonna be taken down, opening up more paths of attack. Every angle is one MaxPax has to be acutely aware of. Oh, he's got 4 medevacs. He stims, he spots the Void Ray. And I'm very surprised we don't see him picking up at the Marines into the 3rd simultaneously. And stop right there, criminal scum. Creating quite an awkward scenario. MaxPax just keeps a Colossus to watch, waiting for the stasis. Why can't we disable this at whatever time? Wouldn't that make... Shut up! Shut up! It's gonna be clunky and hard to use. Otherwise, it wouldn't be ours. It'd be like a Terran thing or something. Anyway, stasis running out. The Marines will still find a few more probes, because of course they will. The unfrozen Marines get 7 probes. Supplies dead even. MaxPax actually 1 worker down. Charge and +1. Ooh, +1 quite late. Now, ByuN in no hurry to get to anything past the 1-1 upgrades. But we will see. Ghosts already on the way. Vikings have not yet graced the field with their presence. So that is the one piece of the puzzle still missing here for ByuN. Scanning for observers? ByuN in the center of the map? That's a bit of a weird scan. And we'll see if it gives anything away to MaxPax. +1 ground weapons now done. A very, very tense game yet again. Both players fully capable of beating each other's armies, depending on exactly when and where they engage. MaxPax up to 8 gates, getting a 2nd robo. Warp Prism heading in towards the main. The charge lot's mostly unchallenged, but the Chew Toy Depot's doing their jobs. And zoning out. I don't even know if that's intentional, but he slapped down a few depots at a very fortuitous timing. More Zealots into the natural, but ByuN's main army is heading towards the 3rd. And pretty much unchallenged. Snipes out what... I don't know if that was the best usage of the energy there, but... More Zealots into the natural. 10 SCVs down so far and counting. More bio reinforcing. And stasis hits the Ghost. Able to pick up and get out, but ByuN is bleeding supply on both fronts. He's lost 15 SCVs, and MaxPax's Warp Prism isn't done yet. Warps in another round of charge lots. The main base vulnerable. And that lack of Vikings really showing. Bring some of the bio back. MaxPax ready to deal with the Ghost. EMP, but I'm not sure how meaningful that is. Those shields will come back. MaxPax driven out of the 3rd. ByuN down to 52 SCVs against 67 probes. +2 for both sides just begun. MaxPax slight advantage. Overall, in terms of unit composition, also a major advantage there. As long as you consider... If you count Colossi as countering Marauders, then definitely an advantage for MaxPax. I'm a little wishy-washy on the subject, but with that many charge lots in front, the Colossi damage, and the Colossus damage here, going to be possibly too much to deal with. The Armory and Engineering Bay in a precarious position. Helpful for soaking damage, but obviously ByuN does not want to lose that +2 attack. More taken down. Stasis finds a surprising connection at the front of the fight. He just casts it right at the start and ends up catching some of the bio, which may help them survive a little longer. ByuN clears up another wave of zealots. 2-2 is on the way for ByuN. MaxPax will have that +2 advantage for about 20-30 seconds. And he's also continuing to expand throughout the map. A 5th Nexus on the way. How many? He's at 10 gates now. 2 Robos. Still has the Stargate, but not producing of it. 2 Disruptors in production. 2nd Forge. Oh my god. The Planetary Fortress over to the left flank will complete, and that will trigger an attack. ByuN scanning. Suspecting that there will be more behind it. And he's right, but a little bit later than he expected. +2 ground weapons. Completing now for MaxPax. Shoot Toy Depot, not quite good enough. This many Marauders. Brings the bio back, but that drags ByuN out of position to defend his fort. MaxPax seizes the opportunity. He has the upgrade advantage. Disruptors around the side. EMP catches a lot in the stasis. That's going to be a sticking point. That's so much caught that he can't really fight on the field. But when they come out of stasis, they will be a real threat. MaxPax might be able to divide the army and slice it up into bite-sized pieces, or it'll come out at the least opportune time, as he can't actually deal with it right now. Disruptor shots doing a lot of damage. Another Ruptor targeted down immediately. ByuN closing in. The stasis ran out, and now MaxPax has to run away. ByuN is stimming through, tearing up everything. But again, MaxPax in the natural. In the 3rd, the Zealotlings slip into the mineral lines and wreak absolute havoc. Just as ByuN looked like he might take the critical victory to turn the game around, the Zealots drag him right back. But that's one of those weird scenarios where the stasis was actually too good. He caught so much of ByuN's army supply, he had to respect it when it came out of the stasis, which is quite an odd scenario to be in. And almost landed the Disruptor shot on it, but timing those out is... it's risky business. ByuN still very much in this game. MaxPax, it feels like he's had the advantage, but ByuN with this army, he has all the pieces of the puzzle here. He's got the Ghosts and the Vikings, as well as enough bio to be constantly dangerous. And that means MaxPax really has to be careful about where he's taking his fights. He's relying on Zealots and whatever else he can put together. Oh no, ByuN's engineering bay! A prison of his own design. The engineering bay actually forced his units into the Ruptor hit. Yes, it might have helped before, but he didn't have enough space to work with, and the Disruptor hit finally lands. The army supply is still so good, working around the corners here. The Disruptors coming up the ramp. Clips a Marauder. ByuN trying to stay fighting while still skirting the edges of the Ruptor range. Another round of Zealots. Another round of reinforcements to greet him. The Zealots actually move away. Disruptor hit on the back line. Direct hit. This one hit Zealots and Marauders, but I think he just lost the critical mass of Terran units he needed. The medevac count is so damn high, and the GG count is at 2. MaxPax. 11 years younger, or is it 12 now? It doesn't change. The number's the same at all times. Able to take 2-1 over ByuN here in this ESL Cup. Still, an incredibly hard-fought series. MaxPax dragging him to the edge. Divide and conquer. The amount of Zealots he sent in incessantly. 5, 6, 7, 8 times it gets shut down. But the 9th, maybe the 10th, those ones start doing real damage. And if ByuN looks away for a moment, those Disruptors line up the shots and knock down the bio. And MaxPax with a well-earned 2-1 against ByuN this time around. A great series. Honestly, I loaded up that series for this auspicious day 13th anniversary. I was just assuming ByuN versus MaxPax would be good. It'd be really awkward to do that whole intro bit, and then the series was terrible. So thankfully it wasn't, and hopefully it made your day a little bit better. Hopefully I've made a lot of the last 13 years. Well, for me, full-time, more like 10, but still quite a bit. I hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you next time. Thank you for watching. Good luck, have fun. Stay tuned.